Hey guys, welcome back to a Sunday chat. So we are reading y'all's messages. Let's see who's in here first. She's a wildflower. I saw you coming. Hey, Dark Angel, Michigan Outpost. How are you? Michael G, Mary Miles, TT1's in the house. Hey, Random, good to see you. Miss Sharon, listen to her. She's in charge. I just sit up in this chair. She's really in charge over here, though. Dusty Country Road, how are you? If I miss anyone, I'm sorry. I try to scroll through here really fast. What's everybody doing this weekend? I believe it was TT1, digging up taters. I'm glad somebody's getting potatoes. I did not get potatoes. I did not get potatoes this year. And we eat a lot of potatoes. Is KP in here? I saw somebody say, hey, KP, how are you? I missed you. I'm sorry. If you have something directly for me, put it in all caps. Even if you just put KC at the front of it, I'll catch it easier because I have to scan through here so fast, or I'll get over here and get squirrel. That's just how it goes over here. Hey, Jersey girl. Your shirt is ordered. It's just taking its sweet time. Hey, AJ, how are you? But I will get that as soon as it arrives. I'll get that out to you. What are potatoes? Right, Michael G? I didn't get potatoes this year. I don't know what happened. Aren't they supposed to be like the easiest thing? They can be a little temperamental, but it didn't. But our sweet potatoes are doing well. But our russet potatoes didn't work. Hey, Kevin, Satan Hunter, how are you? And make sure you're in. If Miss Sharon, I'm sure she'll say it if she hasn't already. Make sure in live. Don't be in top chat. Be in live or all chat, all those type of things. Hey, Thistle Moon, how are you? So, anyways, all kinds of stuff. There's always stuff going on. Remember the distractions? We talk about it over and over for how many years now? That's what it is. I'm sure a lot of you saw, and if there's anyone in these states that were affected and you have firsthand more local information, put it down there. I'd love to read it. Hey, Cigar Prepper, how are you? Are you guys coming in? About the cyber attacks. The Alvaro stuff, I talked about that, I believe, last week. The cyber attacks that came in to hospitals, it messed up the emergency response, the ERs, things like that. Sadly, I firmly 100% believe that's just the beginning. There's going to be more and more of this. Now, who all's in charge if it's not even our own playing that part as well and allowing? Maybe just turn a blind eye, I don't know. But they're saying Red Dragon, such and such. But I believe it was California, Pennsylvania, Texas, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. If any of you are in their states, you don't have to say, always say about being careful about your location and stuff. Be smart on platforms and stuff. But those are the ones affected. I was wanting to know, did anyone locally in any of those areas hear about it or affected? Did they kind of put out warnings or different things like that? We have gotten different warnings, and then people I have kind of connections with about different things that work, in different areas in medical as well here. There's things here and there that would come out. There was also a thing that there was going to be, what day did we get that announced? I got some information come to me because they had a briefing on it. Certain people in the area had a briefing on it. I'll say that. And they were going to start running testing and siren testing and base testing and some female alert testing. They were going to start, I guess, in the next couple of weeks. They were going to do a big testing series on that, and they were kind of being briefed about that. Has anyone else heard about that as well? Because they're starting to do all that. Is Miss Sharon getting on to me for compromise? She probably is. I have to listen to her also. Probably. Make sure I'm not missing anything up here as I'm going. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll just put that up there and I'll just read that. I can't read it out loud, but Michael, you're so funny. But there is some things going on. This has been going on A lot of people get kicked out of chats, and sometimes they'll give you an error like 503. Some people will just get kicked out. I've been in many chats. I'll get kicked out. There's a lot of kind of glitchy stuff they have. It just, I think it's just the uptick in all of it. We just try to roll with it. Okay, so it came in. It was about that type of testing. I guess in the next couple of weeks they're going to do that. They're going to do different testing. So be aware. If you have, I showed mine before, are like kind of scanner things. You can set those to different areas, frequency and channels and stuff like that, and get more information as well. Hey, Laura, how are you? Good to see you. So there's that. I encourage, I should have brought some things over. The WHO, there's tons of little snippets of videos that these people are just talking. There's one particular of a woman, glasses, curly gray hair. They're talking, they're saying like nothing is hidden anymore. Nothing is sugar coated. Nothing is slid under, kind of the rug, and let's just kind of pass that through anymore on what their intentions are, what their plans are, what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, the whole agenda at all. If you do not catch those or follow, you don't have to watch everything, because some of them can just, they're just mundane and, boring and so long. But I would encourage you, I'm not going to be able to talk about it on here, but if I'm sorry, I'm getting over here into something. Are you talking to me, TT1? The WHO stuff? I don't know. Sorry, I may be in y'all's conversation. But I would encourage you to watch and search and look and listen to some of their videos. If I can get links to stay up and put it in my community tab, I'll put some up there. I've talked about them before. I've put a couple things up. It's just ridiculous. It doesn't even seem real, the angle that they're going and how much they're putting it out. It's just over the top. But they have time frames, and to them, it's approaching fast, and it's like, oh my gosh, we got so much to destroy before that time gets here. Let's just lay it out. That's what it is. That they do, and it's coming fast. Oh yeah, I see a couple people have heard about that. Thistle Moon, I believe it was. A lot of people are saying stuff. Must have missed something. Oh, it's okay, Michigan, you're fine. Yes, exactly. Always, even when they say the next pandemic too. Yeah, I just don't fall in line. Like I say, I always fly against the wind. You do you, and I'm going to do me, and don't you worry about it. That's how I feel about it. Oh, of course. They don't feel like they have to anymore. And they have so many people are just in La La Land, so distracted. So they've got so many people brainwashed, convinced that this is the best thing. And they have those conferences and everything. And then people are just cheering and clapping. Well, you're clapping for yourself, because a lot of those people are going to be on it too. They all are become, hey, Anthony Tripp, they all become disposable to each other. That's just how it is. They don't care. They don't care about anyone. Yeah, speaking of this, this kind of goes in, Tennessee Tactical 1, call TT1 over here in the YouTube streets. We're having a live on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope you guys can be there. But this kind of goes in talking about the stuff of last time, and how different it is. It has never been the same. It is never going to be the same. There was a shift and a change for that reason. But I think a lot with that, what happened last time, not everybody, because you saw people start waking up, and thank goodness for that. there's a lot of times with me, I think if they're not awake by now, they're not going to be awake. And Josh and I have talked as well, talking about, we plant seeds. We witness to people when they say 3 times you do your part, but you don't stay and beg and plead and stay in the shadows with somebody about anything, about all these different things. You got to keep moving forward, keep doing your path. But during that time, we saw such the split where people went with things. But yeah, a lot of people can't forgive that. And it isn't the same. It's not going to be the same. That goes into some of the stuff, some of the things we're going to talk about and reasons for it. Oh, really? Are you talking about like for school and stuff? Is that what you're talking about? A lot of places are do that. I don't know what you're talking about. My board on what board? Are you talking about the chat? I'm not sure what you're talking about. You have to elaborate on that. Yeah. Yeah, I can't, it gets to the, I mean, I really have to, I'm just like, what is wrong with you? I mean, it actually just kind of stirs me up just to be, when I see people riding in the cars by themselves with mask on, or people walking or riding their bike, even in the heat, year after year since this mess started. Still, today, we see it all the time. I just don't know there's help from them. Sounds harsh, doesn't it? I don't know. Hey, Kill It and Grill It, how are you? Good to see you. All right, Dark Angel, you drive safe. I know my time, it falls in time of his work schedule, doesn't it? Make sure I'm not missing stuff. I didn't see. Oh, my bulletin board. You had me nervous. Who said it? Kevin. I was like, oh gosh, I've already hit all the trigger words, whatever it's going to be. I can't get in trouble. I can't get in trouble before Tuesday, or it has to be after that because I have a live. Yes. Speaking of all this, and see the boxes that were back here gone. I think there's 2 left on the floor. Yes, the house, the walls and everything look, it looks so bare. And ass hook. I go up and down with my emotions about it. I get excited and and then overwhelmed. I just want it over with. And other times I get really emotional because, it's change, even though it's going to long run, it's better. There's still, an emotional attachment. But yes, the walls are bare. So much, there's stuff stacked, boxes and tubs, completely packed, stacked up everywhere. And of course the house, even with so much stuff packed up, the house is just mayhem. It's a crazy mess because everything's out of sorts and packed up and stacked up everywhere. Yes, the bulletin board. Yeah, I had to take things down and pack them up. I'll take that off the wall and right at the end. But yes, things are moving along. Yes, thank you. Thank you for keeping me on track. See, I told y'all that I just sit in the seat. My mom's run this channel. Oh, and I'm behind in chat. Yeah, we've all had we've all had family and friends during this time. There was a lot of division. So I felt like there was phases through all this. There was a lot of division early on that was like how, they've created this division and amongst families and communities, all different things. And then it came to a point that people were choosing and allowing. And then also there's times I felt like, and this is my take of my faith, I think that God has been revealing not just on, the face coverings and the things and stuff like that. Because I'm always, you do what's best for you, and I'm gonna do what's best for me. But the division that came and things coming, like I think so many things in the last couple of years are being and have been revealed for a reason during this time. I just feel like God's been doing that for a while. Oh yeah, a lot of special needs kiddos struggled with that. I saw a lot about the horrific. I couldn't understand. I just was the deaf community, and they read lips and they have to look at people and stuff like that. That was horrific for them as well. Anyways, um, oh Lord, if we're moving back to my family farm, which was always going to be in the works. It's just the timing of when it came about, but we knew we'd always end up back there. We just didn't know exactly when, and then God said, "You need to start packing now. It'll be a good thing." Let's see. Okay, I probably all of y'all's talking, but I don't want to miss anything. Yeah, TT1. A lot of us did. Family, friends, and division, and especially when it just calls such when it's just so different because a lot of it wasn't like, oh, I kind of do this and you do that and we don't agree on that, we agree to disagree, and we don't touch that areas. It became so different. It's just one of the biggest dividers. I shouldn't say the biggest, but it's for a long time they knew what they were doing. They needed to keep that division. They needed to keep stirring the pot. They needed to create the anger amongst each other. Look what it created in the streets. All the times we were saying stuff, or seeing things over the last couple of years. They did that. Let's see. Okay. Oh, look, I'm caught up. So let me see what I did. Oh, did y'all see? Okay, so we know a lot of things are across the pond. Things are kind of heating up. A lot of different things. I know a lot of people are moving troops into different areas. I think they're setting up and getting ready, and we're doing a lot of things where we're doing evacuations. I did see that the U.S. ordered evacuations from the embassy, and I didn't even write down where it's at. I think it's Niger. I think that's where it was, but they're doing several of those now. Even the stuff that's going on down in Haiti as well. Things are just heating up all over the place, and for different things, there's things are going. Oh, we're getting ready to pop off. WW3 in some areas, and then other place it's just the violence is through the roof. So that's going on all over the place. Let's see. Yeah. I think I think it was a test. I always thought and still think that for them it was a dress rehearsal. It was a trial run. They were going to see um, how far they could push before people buck back. They were going to see what fear tactics work, what got people complying more, which group and areas did more. So it was just like lab rats. It was a test run. It was a dress rehearsal for them, and they're going to tweak that. They're going to tweak it when they do it again and see. I know that's coming. And then for us down here, I think again about the division and things are always, even when things are bad, I try to say, okay, well, what was God trying to reveal to me or show me, move me to or away from in general? People, anything, whatever the situation was. Absolutely. I think that was part of their plan. We know what their plan is. We have to turn and ask for discernment, head on swivel, be observant, stay in prayer and say, okay, well, what was God's plan for this? Because no matter what they're doing, he still has a greater plan for all of this. 378 for gas. I think our gas is like 359, I think is what we're running. Yeah, the global pooling. Exactly. Yes, that's it. I did see that. I saw that today that they were moving. They were doing that. 359. That's about what we are, TT1. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Oh yeah, I did. Oh gosh, I don't know what's going on with my chat over here in StreamYard. Yeah, the stuff y'all been seeing the stuff in Ireland. I don't even know. That's crazy. Hi Joe, how are you? Yep. Okay. Let me see. I don't have that many notes, but I'm usually just, you know how I do things over here. We just hang out. It's not fancy. Oh, the other thing, I don't remember who I saw talking about this morning. Somebody's talking about, but they were talking about the Red Dragon and the Bear. They've moved all those naval warships right around, surrounding different things with Alaska. Again, I think they're just setting stages all around. And how much do we talk about it all the time? That it's not going to just be one thing. It's not, I could sit here and go through the list of things we talk about on the board. I think a whole lot's going to, I think it's just a lot's going to pop off at one time because it's going to be overwhelming. It's going to be stressful. It's going to be taxing on a lot of different things. And they need that. They need that because the more that they do that with people, the more that they can turn around and say, oh, we're from the government and we're here to help you. There's so much going on. We're here to help you, right? And a lot of people are going to fall for that. Don't fall for that. No matter what. Let's see. But I saw that was going up. And I saw something interesting. I meant to bring the links. It was these Dutch farmers. I don't know if y'all have been hearing about it, but it made me think about something, a very small scale of what went on with our garden, these whole sabotage things that is happening on very low, just low life individuals locally can happen. There was that guy in Oklahoma that had happened. There's been a couple different things I would see here and there. People, when all that was going on, people were sending me so many videos and articles and different things were going on in that sort. But there's these Dutch farmers and a group of farmers that they have been. I watched the videos. They were finding magnifying glasses. They were set up, and it was like all these wheat fields, like all these their farming fields, all these stuff they had on. They were finding them way out, several different places. They had these set up, and it's always that sabotage. We've been seeing that for how long? I think TT1 and I were talking about how many, the length, the number of, the, with the food stuff they've been doing. We had the whole thing with the cows out west. We had how many poultry farms and facilities, food plants on, the crops, everything they were doing out in on the west in California and all those, western side areas with the crops in the last, couple of years. And this, they're continuing. It's everything to destroy food supplies. But that was going on. I hadn't heard anything about that. I just happened to see some videos, and then and they were recent. That one I happened to watch. The first one I saw was put up yesterday. There's several of them. Once I started digging around that, it wasn't too long ago I saw it. But it continues on, and they talk about certain places. They're not exporting, rice. They're shutting down this. We have a shortage in this. It'll keep on. They again crash it. Got to get rid of everything because we need to have that that lab meat and bugs. It's going to save us all from what they say. But I think that'll continue. I think we go through phases. We see it all the time. It's the food stuff, and then we see all the train stuff, and then it goes in clusters, and then it kind of circles back around and starts over, and it does it. I'm trying to catch up. If I miss anything, again, if you got something for me, put it in capitals, all caps for me. I'd appreciate it. Something else that's been on a lot of people's minds, several channels, people have been talking about it here and there, because it was all those things lingering. And I just want opinions. I just want opinions on what your thought process is with that. Is the fear and the talk and chatter and worry, are they going to do a draft? Are they going to start a draft again at some point here in the United States? What do you think? I think the numbers they gave out, I don't think the Marine Corps, I think they were below. They were barely going to make their numbers, but I think like the other branches, it was like 30 to 40% below their enlistment or what they were supposed to do, the numbers they have to reach. That has been something that's been, in the chatter, but I don't know how they would. I mean, they're the ones who destroyed the military anyways for many different reasons. We know why, how that came about, but and who were, I mean, the way things are in society, a larger percent of what we're seeing, I'm just not sure they could do combat if they don't know what bathrooms to use. That's what I'll say. I just wonder. But I don't know what they would do, because in many ways, even forget about the whole draft part. I mean, in some ways, they've stripped, and goodness knows all our supplies and everything is going somewhere else. Our numbers for military are down, all these different things. In some ways, it's like they're just going to make us a sitting duck, but they'll be safe down in their little mole holes, fully set up. They're going to be fine. I think that's the plan. But I do want to, I wonder. I just wonder if they're going to do that. I don't know. But it is something that is lingering in a lot of people's minds, I believe. Well, and I think about it, I wonder. Yeah, all but the Marines. I did hear that. Don't get me wrong, he's always supporting the military. Hey, James, how are you? I just wonder, are they going to try to do that? Hey, Minuteman, if you've came in and I've missed you, I'm sorry. I apologize. Hey, DC Bees, how are you? I don't know what they're going to do with that. Oh, wow. Well, they'll just send all the supplies and planes and everything else to another country anyways, right? They won't even have any to do. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah. I used to always be very supportive of, many years ago, military stuff. It's just very different. I mean, look what they've done to them during all of this stuff that just went on. Look how they treated them. Look what people were not going to go for that. They treated them awful, but they've been doing that. And I've talked before, I got to be very careful. The experiments that they do on that group for a long time, but it's getting more and more. Yeah, absolutely. It seems so. That's why we have to be ready to do what we can do, and do you and yours. Just you got to be ready. And that's all these things we've been prepping for and getting ready for. Our mindset, spiritually, physically, everything else. Our practicing all our skills, learning new skills, stacking things to the rafters. On and on. The list goes on. Dusty, I got your email. I'm answering emails this afternoon. I will, about the short-term memory. I have your stuff. I just haven't been able to sit down and get on emails, but I will. I have some stuff for you. Always for that agenda. Cigar prepper, always. Oh, don't get me started, Michael, on how they do our veterans. Don't get me started on how they are with veterans and what they do and the things what's coming in, and everything is served on a silver platter. Oh man, That will grind my gears. That is absolutely sickening. All those men and women that sacrificed and went through the things that they did, and to be treated and tossed aside, just disposable, out with the trash, not worth any help. A lot of it, we did that to you. The injuries and the damage, the side effects, we did that. But that's your problem. We are done with you now, so we gotta, yeah. But I don't know. I don't know that that's going to change. That's why you have veterans in your family, your neighborhood, your friends, your community. Look out for those people. They deserve that. Show them some respect. Help them out. People talk about your, whatever you want to call them. Your mags, your tribe, your community, however it looks to you, however it looks in your thing is, I hear that a lot. It's saddening to me. People think, oh, well, this person's, they're older, they're not able-bodied, whatever the situation. Those people are so full of knowledge. They can teach anyone anything. There's a whole different level of other things that they have to offer. Remember that when it comes down to it. Yeah, Dusty, I saw it. I've been busy. Packing. Trying to balance everything. My balancing act is more like a sad juggle right now with everything going on. I will get there. It is shameful, Indy. Just awful. I'll make sure I don't miss anybody. I'm going through here first. Oh yeah. Most people know. They know. My background, my ancestors, everything. All those things. Let us never forget. Go through history. And we'll never forget. We'll never forget because we're never going to let something so horrific happen again. And it does, because that's why they've been getting rid of books, erasing history, changing things, museums, monuments, everything. It's not because, even awful things, it's not because we are praising and say this is great. That is history. Period. That is why we won't repeat those things. All different things. That's why they've been doing that. And we'll rewrite it and to a way that it's going to fit our agenda, and you can do what we want you to do, and keep y'all at each other. Because again, more division, because we are greater in numbers, which is sickening to me that they have, and people have allowed these elite, this whole thing to cause such division amongst us, because there's way more of us. And they've done that on purpose. They create and sprinkle a bunch of nonsense. People take the bait and they're like, oh, well, they're down there taking care of each other. And when I mean taking care of each other, I don't mean in a good way. It meets people are just helping them along for lessening numbers and things like that. Yes, never. And you bring up your children, you keep the older books, you keep journals yourself, whatever, and you're not glorifying awful things that happen. But I have answers with the horrific things. But we must never forget. And the whole thing, people erasing and changing things, it's like, you're dishonoring to those people. They went through it. It's like, I'm going to turn a blind eye to that suffering. I don't even want to know about that. It's awful. Anyways, not to be doom and gloom, but it's true, and that's what it is. That's why you have to filter through the nonsense and remember things. Yeah. If I'm missing something, I'm sorry. It looks like I'm behind, but yeah. Orwell, read his books. People should read all his books. People are like, why would you read that? Because, he spoke of this, whether it's throwing it in your face. We've talked about it several times. I mentioned it somewhere. TT1, maybe it was in your live last night. That group of people and the leaders of that, they have rules they have to follow as well. They have rules they have to abide by, and one of them is they have to tell us what they're going to do. That's what they have to. That's part of their rules, and they make it as look at this. Look at the Simpsons. So funny. How did the Simpsons predict all that? Oh, and then there was a whole thing that the guy was a time traveler. No, they use that as a platform. Look at the movies. Because and also desensitized. They've let us know, and then when those things come to be, they're like, "Oh gosh, I saw a movie like that. How cool! How neat was that?" They're desensitized to it, but they have to tell us, and that is through books, many different things. Pay attention um, to what's going on. Yeah, the United thing. Yeah, independent, many united. You're exactly in your name as well. Where where and just in your area, just local. Did it say what it was pertaining to? Thistle Moon, be careful. Um, yeah. Oh, exactly. Absolutely. That's why also with getting rid of Bibles, look at all the stuff that you're seeing. I'm seeing a lot of videos of it where they are arresting pastors. There was a young boy. Well, I don't know if he was a teen. I think he was a teenager. How can I just watch the video thing? I believe yesterday, and he was reading Bible verses, and they arrested him because he's reading Bible verses in public. Do not come at me about it's because he was out near where outside of whatever a certain event. You know what events I'm talking about. I don't care. I don't care if you cannot do that without getting arrested and you're reading Bible verses or preaching. But the other peaceful things that they called peaceful were allowed. Again, in times, what is good will be bad and what is bad will be good. The end of the Bible, things going on. We are living it. It is coming out 3D off the pages in front of us, all around us. Hey, Sergeant Deacon, how are you? Good to see you. Oh, Animal Farm. Yeah, 1984 Animal Farm, all that stuff. I don't even know if I can say that on here. We shall find out. I agree. Miss Sharon's going to be on it right now, early on. I do. I love you guys. Y'all are so good to each other, and that's what we need. This division and hatred, and they've been doing that. They've been creating that for years. Y'all are so nice too. I appreciate y'all's support and your kindness and love for not just me but each other. It means a lot. Hey Bruce, how are you? If I've missed anybody, I do apologize. Across is it for weather or something else? And if I've missed it, I apologize if I'm not trying to. I don't know if it's about weather. I know I got a local thing it's for the state of North Carolina. They said that we may have some very, very, very severe weather. It's not on our forecast when you go like through the week. Tomorrow afternoon maybe, and they're watching it. I don't know if it's something to do with that. Maybe y'all are getting that now or something completely different. Yes, Huck, outside those shows. Yes. If anyone is interested in that, let TT1 know. Thank you, TT1, for helping me out with that. I was like, I did not grab any links. I'm just going to be honest. This is Sunday chat. We don't do that here on Sunday chat. This isn't prepared for Sunday chat. We're just hanging out. Yeah. I'm telling you, we were talking about history. Most people who know, what that I'm Ashkenazi Jewish, that the history of my ancestors, what thing. Somebody else did these exact things. Oh, how history repeats. Stripped away. Never forget. But here we are. My thing is the H word that went on. Huck, put it down. The H word that went on during that time, you're going to have to spell it a certain whatever. And the G word, Geno. They're doing that now. It's just modern day. It's just a modern day way. It's just, back then it was gas stuff and it was so barbaric. It was so different. They are doing that quite differently because it's slower and it doesn't seem to have as harsh of an impact. You see what I'm saying? That's my 2 cents. That's my opinion. And it aggravates me because it just irritates me because I think it's cruel. And goodness knows, if Paul saw the Church of America today, it was in America Day, we'd be getting some letters. Okay. I mean, this is just ridiculous. I appreciate you, TT1. Yeah. Yes. It always is. It always is peaceful. I just check I'm hanging out with you guys. I don't do anything fancy. Just hanging out. Some weeks go better than others. That's what it is. Oh, it's for weather. Stay safe. Anyone that's in the path of this, stay safe. It kind of is that time of year, but it's usually coming, it's just that time of year. But then they like to go play around and mess with things as well. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm scanning through here. That's okay, Sandy. I know. This is our connection. It's sad because often I hear this over and over again. I can say this also for us is a lot of our like-minded, true like-minded, in our support and everything. It is through like this. The people who are far away, people we have met through this, they're not usually right. Not for, a lot, right, right in your community. If you do have it right there and they are solid, like-minded people right there close to you, you are very blessed. But that's okay because we have the strength with each other here and we're learning from each other. That's why certain things I try to get as fast as I can in connection and learn from others because, one day I've been saying it for 2 years. One day this platform is going to be snatched. Hey, TJ, how are you? Yes. Hold on. See, I'm behind. Huck, Stanton, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Man. Yeah, the rain. Oh, when it rains, I always tell Huck, I'm like, at least I don't have to water the garden because it's hot. You can't miss it. Yep. St. Nana, the Geno stuff. Yep. It's just modern day. It's just in a modern day twist. They know what they're doing. They don't always give us lists, the main ones we do, but it's dancing around a minefield. That's just how it is over here for me. They don't give us a list. And one day things are fine. The next day they're not. They can go back a year and say, oh, I didn't like what you said a year ago. It was okay then, but we decided it's not okay now. Freedoms. Another freedom. Take it. Another freedom. Take it. That's what they're doing. Yes. Always. Always. It says in the Bible we are to do that. Yeah. Times of no, I've been hearing that a lot, DC. Oh, yeah. Of course. They've created that. I mean, how much do we talk about how they changed? Now, I'm not going to step on toes, but most of y'all in here light-minded. I'm not going to get into all that. But the roles that are switched in the way, the balance that was created for a reason in families, man and woman, his role and everything and her role differently, there was a balance for that. Didn't mean about somebody being dominant over anyone else. There was a balance. They have destroyed that. They break down. They don't have the alpha males. They break that down. They flip that thing. Well, look what that's done. It was created in a natural balance, divine design, for a reason. Again, part of the plan. It's been a long time in the making, all of it. It's ridiculous. That's why I tell people, I'm like, just wake up. If you are going with the masses and in the crowd, you're going to need to wake up. You're going to need to really rethink that. I will walk and sit alone before I go against something. That is not right. I just will. It doesn't bother me. Things like that just don't bother me. Okay, it looks like I'm caught up. How about that? I'm caught up for at least right now. I don't know what's going on over on Facebook. I missed something, but yeah, that's just another. It's just another platform that they've working their plans into to do. But anyways, yes, this is where we are. All the things never forget, and look where we are in so many different levels. But we knew this was going to happen. We still get surprised every now and then. I mean, there's times I think, are you kidding me right now? Oh man, I'm like, are you kidding me? This is where we are. This is really our reality. That's my big thing. But then I'm reminded the good book said this was going to happen. And the thing is, these things have to happen. They have to play out. They have to happen in order for, God's plan. He knew this was going to happen. And what his plans, what he's ordained, exactly what my thing on the bottom says, is going to come to pass. Just like things in history, everything's been building up to something. Let me see what I was saying. I don't know how to say. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of different things, and I know this is harsh. I'm like, if you ever want to know what you would have done during that time frame that I was talking about with an H, if you ever wonder in yourself what you or even somebody else, maybe a family member, coworker, a friend, a neighbor, would have done, look what they did in the last couple of years, how they turned on each other. You remember they were doing that whole thing about, oh, you can report somebody. You just turn them in because they're not doing this. They don't have that. It's not on. Or they did something they're not supposed to. You know how they would have acted back then because of how they did in the last couple of years. Same thing. It's just a modern way of doing things. Hey, Dark Angel. Yardbird, are all these people calling you old in here? Yeah. I can't even say much of that on here, but stuff Minuteman and Huck are talking about. Yeah. Yeah. But don't go look, I guess go looking for things. There's a time and place for everything to be done. Yeah. And speaking of, didn't they, you and Anthony Tripp both, didn't they would put things on your cell phones. There's all kind of apps you could do it. You could do it anonymous. Just do it anonymous. Do your part. Do it anonymous and just help us out. Yeah. Same thing. Just in a modern way. And it was a test run. I mean, look at all the special bugs they've been messing with and putting all over. I've talked before on here, many years ago. Not many, but I mean, a chunk of years ago. I had horrific Lyme disease. I'd had it for a long time. and maintained it. Didn't know I had it. I had it for a long time, and then it just went crazy. It just took over. I was really bad off. We didn't know. The doctor. Nobody knew what was wrong with me. They told me I had all kinds of stuff. So we found out with Lyme, and I had Lyme disease and co-infections. And that was horrific. And there is a Lone Star tick that you can get bit from, and it makes you, and I went through this. I went through this myself. This was many years ago. That it makes you allergic to the protein in red meat and pork. I went through that. There was many years. There was many years I could eat. No, the only meat I could eat was certain white fish, like maybe tilapia, and I could eat chicken. I couldn't eat any. I couldn't eat it. Well, for a long time, especially when I was going with that, they downplayed Lyme. Oh, it's not what it is. You just do this, it'll be gone. It's not so severe. It's not what it is. And people were not getting treatments properly. And it was just a bad situation. Well, now it's oh my gosh, it's all over. It's getting bad. You're not going to be able to eat meat or anything. I wonder how much it's going to be that you can't eat. But you probably wouldn't have the same reaction if it was lab grown meat, right? So always watch their stuff. And again, even though it wasn't super long ago history, it was a couple decades, several decades. Had been going on for a long time. Keep track. That's why I say if you feel like it's something like that, keep journals yourself. Yeah, was it not surprising to a lot of y'all? Did y'all not have in the last couple of years where you had certain people like, you serious, man? They flipped? Like they kind of caved and bowed to that? I was kind of shocked, but it was revealing. It was revealing. Now, I'm not saying, because I'm big, and I'm not just talking about this thing. I'm talking about even the thing about snitching on somebody and doing things and going, even against your own beliefs, your own convictions, your own morals, everything like that. Because I am big on, I say it about everything. I say about whatever side, medical, whatever you want to do, even about faith and everything. I'm like, you do what is best for you. You don't push your stuff on me. I'm not pushing mine on you. But we saw a big change, and we saw a lot of true colors of different individuals. I think it was telling. I take that as, okay, I'm glad God revealed that. That's how I choose to look at it. Not saying it wasn't disappointing, but that's just how I feel about it. Tell them, Miss Sharon. Get them. Miss Sharon will get you. Yeah, there's another thing about all of that is a lot of things that was come through, they made it be like, these people were so just weak and didn't fight back, didn't hold their own, didn't do it. There's a lot that did. There's a lot of good stuff. And I know about that, my background, but it's worth checking into. It's so gross, TT1. Is that real about the roach milk? I mean, I've seen it, but is that real? What are they doing? Are they just making it like how they would make like different, how you can get like almond milk or rice milk? Is that real? I had read about that. That's disgusting. Yeah, I know what pandas is. Usually they get it from untreated strep. Can occur from that. Autoimmune, different things can, but I know about that. And they can test for that and have it looked into if they've been treated for certain things, certain antibiotics, or certain things that went untreated. It can lead to that. Yeah. Yep. A lot of people are going to be mighty shocked when God calls us home and there's pews are full. There's going to be a bunch of them. That's sad. My thing above and beyond any of the stuff we talk about, we prepare for, we discuss, is I pray for people's souls are right, because eternity is forever. Like, I don't know if people can comprehend that. There's no undoing that once that happens. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Oh, yeah. All going to get it. They're so protected. This is so, the depth of that. That's why we have to, and this is just me. This is just my opinion. With different things, no politician is going to come and fix and save us. This is not what's going to happen. Read the good book. It's not, it's just not. But the thing is I encourage people. I'm like, and I'm not saying that for doom and gloom or fear and everything else. I'm like, let that be kind of your motivation. Get your head on right. Fix your focus. Okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to be ready? Do my part. We do our parts. We do as much as we can. Leave the rest to God. And even that alone, even doing those things and having that mindset alone, you're ahead of the game. You're doing your part. You're not complying with all that type of stuff. You're not part of that. I think that's what matters. I know my eternity. God knows when my day is up here. I don't want to suffer in the middle of it, in between. But if I go down, I'm going down with my boots on. That's just how it's going to be. But like I say, you do what's best for you. Do where God leads you, and how, and all our paths are different. Don't compare yourself to others. And give yourself grace and give others grace. It's going to be needed. Hey Heather, how are you? I've missed some. Hey Pilgrim, I may have missed some of you guys coming in here. My apologies. But thank you, all of you, and the replay gang. I always get replay gang too. I appreciate you guys too. And again, with the replay stuff, my chat never shows up to the next day. So I encourage a lot of people. I say, if you want to be involved in chat and what was going on and read it, that's what I do when I watch replay things. I want to kind of see, because a lot of times I won't even bring it up and I'm just sitting here talking to you guys. So it'll make more sense. You got to wait till the next day to watch it. That's right. That's it. And once we know that, we surrender a lot. There's your comfort. That's what it is. That's what he said. I'm standing firm on that. Yeah, absolutely. It's not gonna change. Don't be distracted by those things, please. Just because this is what, and I've been saying this for 2 years. This is my thing, is I'm afraid, and I've heard this a lot. And I'll give you two things, is people are still hanging on to some politician is going to come fix things, save it. It's going to be just wonderful, back to the way it used to be and better, all that. And so they don't prepare. They don't prepare physically with, physical items, or spiritually, or anything else. They don't get there, and emotionally, you got to get your head on right to what we're going to go into. And then I have had people say, if I have a faith, that I would not be a prepper. Because God's going to provide. Yes, He will provide. We have to do our part. And if I do all this prep and everything, and then He snatches out of here, I always pray that my preps, my notes, my whatever, my book, whatever, it blesses someone else. That they, before their time is too late, they can survive and get themselves right. And I don't like that people just are like, I'm not going to prep or anything, because they, God's going to snatch us out of here before anything bad happens, or a politician is going to come in and fix it. And then those are going to be the ones that I say, we told you, we tried to help you, we tried to guide you and give you tips and warn you, and you didn't do it. But now you're knocking on our doors wanting stuff. I am sorry. And that's just how things will have to go, because they had the opportunity as well. harsh. I know. That's just the way it is sometimes. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate you always in here. Michael's been with me from the beginning, I think. Haven't you, Michael? From the get-go. I appreciate your support. Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. Gosh knows that false hope. None of us know. None of us know the future. We live in for today about things, but goodness knows. Thank you, Pilgrim. Yeah. I mean, in the Bible, it said, how many times there's different things in there. There's things when he said you better go, store up, you better prepare, you better get ready, these different things. And there's other things he says. I think this was just Josh, one of our last lives we did. He may call and say, come on, let's go. You're gonna have to leave that. You gotta make sure you're right in your discernment and your relationship. That's what's about, the relationship, communication with God. If he says, get up and go, he knows he is on the other side of all of this. We are just making our way to him. All of this. And in the valleys, in the good, all of it is going to happen. And I just get your head on right. And know that you're listening to. If it doesn't line up with scripture or, something, know where it's coming from. Thank you, Dark Angel. Tell them, y'all better pay y'all's rent in here. Sitting up in here. Stephen W., how are you? I appreciate you. No, yeah, see, some are different. It just depends on what you want to do. Whatever works. There's a lot of things I have to, I'm busy. I have to listen to people. I will be listening while I'm doing other stuff. So I'm not in people's chat, but I'm listening, and I do hear different things. And then certain things I'm like, what are they talking about? What's going on? Probably like my stuff, because I interact on Sundays. I interact so much with you guys, and I don't bring up every single thing. And people may not know what's going on. That's right. If I'm here tomorrow, every day you wake up. Thank you, Lord. What is my mission today? What do you have me do today? That's all we have to do. Oh man, I think I'm behind. Hey, Laura. Oh, Josh, he's really busy. He is swamped with work and doing the things. And we all go, different creators will go through cycles of that. And even like Wes, it's coming up with my different things with the move. YouTube will have to take a back burner. And but he's doing great. He's a dear friend of mine and Huckleberries. He's doing great though. He's just got a lot going on, and that's that prioritizing things. Because it can take a lot. And then there's different things, like, oh, it's cutting into this time. I've had to kind of reel it back. Oh, thank you, Kevin. I've never been in it for the numbers, but I appreciate it. I will always be, from the get-go, from day one, I said I will always be authentic and, true about this type of stuff. What it wasn't for the numbers. If there was just less than a handful of people up here, but I was helping or reaching them, in faith or preparing or natural med, whatever it was, then I know that that it was worth it. But I appreciate it greatly. Yeah. I know. It's that wearing blinders. Well, a lot of it's become the society of how they have created things of that instant gratification, that drive through life, that society, hard times. It's just that instant thing. So people don't have to wait for anything or work for anything. It's just this instant with our phones in our hands, with drive through type lifestyle. They want that. And they just think that's what's going to happen again. People are going to lose their minds. I don't know what to do. I know. I miss me some Josh up here. He's doing great though. But it is, Josh's been with me from the beginning before I even had a channel. He was the one that encouraged me to make a channel. I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna make a YouTube channel. I'm just thank you, I appreciate it, but that's just not one. And he kept on me, and I said, okay, I'll pray about it. Prayed about it for 2 weeks. It wouldn't leave me alone. He's like, I told you, you should just listen to me. You could have been 2 weeks in. He's just a dear friend of mine. He's great. Oh, hey, Widow's Diary. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys. If you got anything going on, throw it down there before I sign off here. I've been on just over an hour. If you're not on a list, you're not doing it right, right? That's what I say. By this point, oh, Saffron. Oh, yeah, that's okay. You'll be in the replay gang. My chat doesn't come up till tomorrow. But thank you for coming. But I appreciate. Oh, let's go ahead and give a Beaverines. Is that the first one we've got, or I've missed it? We always give them a shout out. All right, guys. I appreciate you as always. Keep doing things. Don't forget Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me and Tennessee Tactical One will be doing a live. I hope to see all you guys there, and keep doing your things. Keep your focus on right. Don't get distracted and beat down by the things they're trying to do. It's all part of their plan. Don't let them win. Don't let them win. I'm stubborn enough like that. I'm just not going to give it up. I'm just not going to fall into their mess. All right, guys. Everyone, take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Keep doing the things, and I will see you guys next time.